I'm back. Okay, so we gonna keep it rolling. Copy all easy. We done got some video from Miss Duchess Dollars herself. You know, signs that your financial life is turning around. 5-6 millionaire dudes with even bills and earning more. Secret rich women know about success that no one ever told you. And now we're at, give me 17 minutes, and you'll leave here with the self-esteem and bank account of a Harris. But as you know, we are cycling back around with these. But there's some that are like, they stand out strong. And the number one key for all women to understand from this is women are not brave enough when it comes to their finances. Women are not being smart enough in their finances. Women are not facing their finances. Women do not know their finances. Women do not know their finances. Millionaire women, the frequency of wealth building. The women love, they're obsessed with knowing everything about their money and their finances and where it's going. They are obsessed with reading about financial information. Man. Here I was thinking I was being a poor bitch for reading the full 400. Here I was thinking I was a poor bitch because how many times have I been on the show talking to y'all about the 400? How many times? I don't know how excited I get to talk about Bernard. I'll never say his name right. The owner of the L brand and his family lineage and wealth. You know how excited I get when I talk about Versace and his brand before he died, and Donna Yella, his sister, is taking over the brand now. What she has done to Versace. How excited I get talking about that. I get excited talking about. I get happy to talk about the article I read on Kylie Jenner taking 97. The Coty Fragrance Factory 97%. Okay, whoever manufactures her Kylie Jenner product, they were taking 97%, and she wanted to take that back. I thought she was crazy as hell for letting them take that much anyway. So now she done yanked her brand from them. And I was talking about this. I thought I was a poor bitch for doing this. I was a poor bitch for trying to do stocks on Cash App, and it wouldn't let me. Asking my brother where he do his stocks at, and one of the stock places that she mentioned. I thought I was a poor bitch. I thought I was being poor. So how the fuck did I get from doing that, thinking that I was being poor, when the whole time I was operating under the wealth frequency and I didn't even motherfucking know it? But here I got distracted by foolishness. Well, I'm gonna tell you the foolishness that I got distracted by. See, it goes back to what she said in that video we watched earlier. She said, make sure that you listening and you learning from those who already have it, who already live it, who already are the celebrity, who already are in the wealth frequency, the wealthy, the millionaires, the billionaires. And she said that's who you go when you be in competition with. And don't you dare let nobody tell you that there's no competition. There's clearly competition. And the Level Up Guru said something very intriguing. He said, you women, y'all don't know how to be in competition. Y'all play so nasty. Y'all know how to be in no competition with nobody, women. Y'all don't know what competition is. That's what she said. I agree with her. I agree with her. And I admitted to my mistakes. So yeah, I used to fucking sit here and work and collab with motherfuckers who were not industry. And I even had to check myself now. That last person that hit up my inbox, check myself immediately. And other things I was doing, check myself immediately. And continue to put it out there, to put myself in the wealth frequency. Then I woke up today and had a beautiful download. Beautiful. And I can repeat this download. It goes to what I just said just now. Industry. We look at people in the industry for a reason. I started all of this with a fake friend. That was me needing to heal and let that shit go and tell y'all my story, and forever who's out there listening to understand how to let this go and how they got there. Maybe you have a womb, mother womb, daddy womb, grandparent womb, if that even exists. Just a womb about self-image, period, whatever. And it stepped into, man, fuck that. We're going to go into our success study. Study somebody in the industry, somebody who got it on, like an Oprah, motherfucker, Shonda Rhimes, right? Lena Waithe, Debbie Allen, Aaron Sorkin, right? Goddamn, I don't, David Spade. Somebody, everybody who's alive though, who got it going on, still goddamn going, still making music, still whatever the hell they doing, they still going. I need you to look at them and let them be your success study. You can stick figures, get your bubble charts, look at their timeline, look at yours, look at their success stories, how they doing it, and look at yours. I told you to do. And I said we not gonna be on no narcissistic bullshit. We not stalking people. We not trying to destiny spot. We learning for ourselves, and that's everything we did. Correct? We even build our own list out as we studied our success studies, correct? And then from there, we start learning about money, what money is, what is this entity of money. When I start riding that wealth frequency, and we got into frequency, remember? We got into the creator's code, the quantum leaping, collapsing time, right? It did. We started collapsing time and walking over bridges and all that. Remember that? Then from that, we got here about money and entity of money and what money is and the money frequency. I kept doing the wealth frequency. These things in my life started to start changing and transforming and all this and that. And all of this came from one thing. I got sick. And here I am. And after that, my body health started changing. I felt things. Plant-based vegan food to eat and stuff. Remember that? Then I also, after all of that, then we, like I said, we on the money frequency. And we understand that you can name your money. We understand that there's laws to money and handling money, right? And we understand now, because we are B314 Bad Bitch Rap Radio, what the issue with women are. Where women are lacking and where women don't want to be criticized. And this is it right here. Oh no, doll. Oh no, doll. This is how you do your money. as a millionaire woman. This is what we do over here. Or this is what poor women do with their money. If you could admit to yourself, you might be self-sabotaging yourself with money. I can raise my hand and say I have done that dumb shit. I have done it. But I can also say what the fuck I was around when I did it. What kind of energy I was around when I did it. But I don't blame nobody for nothing in my life. I put on my big grown woman panties on and high heels and I keep going. And I take full responsibility and I take full lessons in that. Take a full lesson in that. And it makes me just keep on riding and keep going towards that frequency, that wealth frequency. And then here we go. We come across a channel like this. I ain't got flag, not at all, for this channel. And this channel is very crowded because you know why? Because this channel is needed for those who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. You have to be ready to listen to this. This ain't for your entertainment. I know it in my heart. Yeah, I know I listened to somebody else and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I got good information. I got that dark goddess information over there. Okay. When I came over here, I said, oh no, baby. This one living it. And I know she living it because she's talking about how women handle their finances. She's talking to women. Let me give you something. If you're ever doing anything and you're ever watching anything, you want to know how I have learned how elevated that woman is. Because when she talks to women, she tells women the truth about their goddamn self. She don't coddle. She don't coddle them. She tell them the truth. See, the problem is the women who may be trying to tell women the truth, you can hear she got such visceral hate for women, and she look a mess and her hair wrapped. She don't look like she bathed properly, you know, and she don't look like, you know, well kept. So nobody ain't gonna listen to her, even if she may be speaking the truth. But see, when you're in the wealth frequency, and you have somebody telling you what poor behavior is, what poor middle class person, the poor middle class behavior is, telling you that the number one thing is you're obsessed with romance novels and you're not obsessed with your finances, you're not obsessed with your bank account, you're obsessed with reading series and TV series, and you're not obsessed with knowing about the stock market and money. How many times have I sat here and talked about stock market shit? And I sat here and thought I was poor. All right, man. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this one. Let's go. so pretty. Mhm, mhm. And then I ask myself, I have to take it here. Who are the races of women who are expected to own 30 trillion of assets, which is about 2050? Right. I don't know what happened. Hold on, y'all. Let's go back. Financial confidence, ladies. Financial confidence. You got to be brave. Open up that Forbes 400 book. Open up the Forbes magazine. Subscribe to it. Give yourself basic financial understanding. Listen to the people who know. Do the research first of all and know who you're going to go listen to. Make sure they are industry. Make sure they are what we use the word over here, industry status. Make sure they know what they make sure it's goddamn Warren Buffett himself, right? Mark Cuban himself, somebody, the man who negotiates and gets people signed to major basketball deals himself, Oprah herself, whoever, an industry person who's teaching you about money and know what they're talking about. Financial confidence. Facing your own money first. Person what's coming in and out of you, your finances, what you're doing with them, how you're gonna have to live it, and maybe if what you're gonna have to do to accumulate multiple streams of income for yourself by getting some passive income to come in. Hey, even if you gotta go get another job out here, whatever you have to do to get the bread up, to get more savings going, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. So you gotta be financially confident and know how to handle and be confident smart. Like I said, look at your check. What exactly? Even if you get direct deposit, you still get a check. You still got a digital one to look at. Look at it, study it, pay attention to your money, where your money being taken away at. What does DSC this mean? Because we all got these different words, like 5 of them going down our check, right? What does all this shit mean? And where is it going in our money? Go back to your W-2. Huh. What does all this mean? when I fill this out and I say this, and how do I fill this out? It's because you can always go back and fill out that W-2. What's going to get me more money? Where's my money being taken? You need to watch your money. Be able to say, we can't speak. We can't be like, I'm poor, I'm broke, I ain't got shit. Nope, we can't talk. Like, we got to speak in higher terms of our financial situation. You can go back in the show for learning how to do that. And when you do that, go through all your money. Be financially confident. Be confident enough to learn about stocks and see where you want to invest. Be confident enough to sit around and say, well, what kind of financial books did this person read? And go engage in those books and get something out of them. And be confident enough to live your life in the wealth frequency. Not just a rich woman, not just a woman who's a millionaire or a billionaire. No, a guy out there. Put yourself in the wealth frequency. Keep working in that wealth frequency. Act as if while you are being. And what's going to happen is, what's happening now is you're going to start being open. Doors are going to open for you on how to be smarter with your money, how to be more, we're not going to use how to be smarter with your finances and your money, how to be financially confident, how to be financially wiser, right? With everything. You're going to know how to make yourself not available anymore. From the ones we got, from the video we watched the very first time, which we're going to get back to. Let's go. Gambling is hoping for luck. Investing is creating your own luck. Wait, she said shallow is dating somebody for their personality and their personality growth. Shallow is dating somebody for their personality. That's correct. Right. So signs that you're financially about to turn around. See, Then I tell y'all, um, at my job, they put me in a bigger position. And when I did it, I was like, this shit not even hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, it's not hard. It's very strategic, and I have to pay attention on a higher scale, and I have to build a rhythm. But it's not hard to do. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I apply for other positions and stuff like that. That's true. I always look to challenge myself when I'm at a job. Yep. It's true. Hold on, y'all. It said something about the audio. Let me refresh it. All right. Make sure y'all can still hear me. Alrighty. Oh, that's fine, Google.
Your millionaire walks in and asks me why I am still doing our personal bookkeeping. At first, I was offended. How dare he question financial control habits? But then I realized he was applying billionaire rule number 1. Just because I am excellent at managing our money does not mean I should continue doing it forever. That is time I could be spending learning how to multiply our wealth instead of just organizing it. So now we have a financial advisor handling the day-to-day while I focus on bigger investment strategies. This is the trap that keeps you mediocre, darling. You become so good at what you do that you forget to ask yourself, what do I need to learn next to take myself to the next level? They understand that to achieve extraordinary success, one must be willing to step outside of their comfort zone and take calculated risks. While you are busy proving you are the master at filing reports, billionaires are learning new skills that will make them irreplaceable in completely different ways. The second rule is about time, and this one will make you rethink everything about how you spend your days. Your time is everything, and billionaires spend their time in the most strategic ways possible. They spend their time acquiring assets, improving their skills, and setting the vision for the people around them. But here is the difference that shocked me when I started studying billionaires versus regular millionaires. Millionaires think a few steps ahead. They focus on what they are doing right now to get to the next level. But billionaires, they live in the future. They are not talking about right now or the next couple of months. They are thinking years in advance. While you are going home complaining about how hard your day was, telling your husband about all the drama that happened at work, billionaires are obsessed with future trends and creating what the world is going to look like. They think long-term, often introducing novel ideas that may not initially be understood or embraced by everyone yet.
In the past, I was saying we need a system with a system that's like your personal assistant. I remember saying this back in 2017, 18. And I've been talking about it. Like, we need to build something where it's like your personal assistant, like it's talking to you like a human being. It was like, oh, there's already apps like that. I'm like, well, where's it at? And here we have AI. Here we have ChatGPT. And you know, someone like me jumped on that. Here we have, we can clearly see what's going to happen. The future don't exist, but we see what's happening in the future now. Fast food are not going to have human beings there. Our grocery stores are really not going to. But also, depending on what level of life you're on, You may not be around, you might not be amongst human beings when you have to go shopping and get your day-to-day things. That's what I see. And depending on what level of life you're on, what job is going to be where you're going to have to communicate with an AI and not a human. There's a lot of people accepting it. Even in film school, they were like, even in my classes, they were like, look, AI is here. And it's like, there's nothing we can do about it.
Patience and persistence are key here. This is why successful people pay attention to politics, economics, and global trends, while unsuccessful people have no idea what is happening in the world. Because these laws and the people who make these laws dictate the future. And if you are trying to create opportunities for the future, you need to understand who is creating those opportunities now. Think about it this way. While you are focused on today's problems, your boss being annoying, your bills being due, your car making that weird noise, billionaires are preparing for the world 5 years from now. They are asking themselves, where is technology going? What industries are about to explode? What problems will need solving? And before you tell me this sounds impossible for someone like you, let me remind you of something. You already have the basic tool every billionaire uses, your brain. The difference is how you program it. Instead of feeding it the latest drama from your workplace, start feeding it information about future trends. Rule number 3 is about competition. And I need to address this toxic lie that has been fed to women for years. You have been brainwashed by this whole collaborate, don't compete mentality, and honey, that mindset is keeping you broke. Now, do not get me wrong. Collaboration is vital. Nobody achieves success alone, but stop pitting collaboration against competition. You can do both at the same time. Billionaires are not afraid to take bold risks. They understand that to achieve extraordinary success, one must be willing to step outside of their comfort zone and take calculated risks. The billionaires I know are the most competitive people I have ever met. They want to win at everything. And guess what? That competition makes them better. It gives them an edge that you cannot get any other way. You know what the best way to get someone to think they cannot do something is? Tell them it is silly to compete. Then they do not even enter the race. But successful people know that competition is important. Let me give you a perfect example. I was at a fashion show recently, sitting front row obviously, and I met this fabulous woman who owns a sailboat business. She told me they are currently building the world's longest sailboat. And you know why? Because the owner wants it to be 1 meter longer than Jeff Bezos' yacht, which would make it the largest sailboat in the world. If you are going to sit here and tell me that competition is not important, you are denying the fact that the people playing the big games on this planet are constantly in competition with each other. And that competition makes them better. So how do you make this practical? Pick somebody to compete with. I do not care who you pick. Sometimes it is inspiring to pick somebody who is 100 steps ahead of you, so you really put in the energy required to get there. Other people like to pick somebody who is 2 or 3 steps ahead to get enough inspiration to make small progress. Regardless of which path you choose, pick a target and go after it. Stop being afraid of wanting to win. Rule number 4 is about removing access to yourself. And this is where most people completely sabotage their own success. You want to go to dinner? No. Do you want to have happy hour? No. Can I pick your brain over coffee? No. Billionaires learn to say no because in order to be great at one thing, you have to say no to everything else, even the good things. Self-discipline forms the backbone of wealth creation. Wealthy individuals practice delayed gratification, understanding that today's sacrifices lead to tomorrow's rewards. And this is one of the hardest lessons I learned when I started building serious wealth. You have to say no before someone asks. It is easy to say yes when someone asks you to do something in the moment because you have nothing else to do. But setting boundaries before they get the chance by blocking your calendar is one way that makes it easier to say no. If you have a bunch of free time on your calendar, you're going to say yes to everything because you will feel bad when you say no. You know you do not have anything else to do, so you are looking for ways to fill your time. The reverse is much easier. Make your calendar so full that when you say no, you mean it because you have important things you have to do. You are literally unavailable. As much as you want to spend time with people, as much as you want to hang out or watch
You are literally unavailable. Let me tell y'all something. This is hitting my brain hard. I want to know the dangers. Listen. The women who are out here doing the damn thing that got the money are intelligent fucking women. And they need to get more praise. They need to get that. Like, these are fucking intelligent women. I'm being dead ass. We have been duped into trying to say like these people were just dumb people that made it. No, man. This is a frequency that takes discipline, dedication, belief, intelligence, diligent habits, obsessive habits, self-love, love of money habits. Nah, bro. That's not how people got here. Now let's get back to this part again. I think this part was the
And this
most
is one of the
important
hardest
one right
lessons
here.
I learned when I started building serious wealth. You have to say no before someone asks. It is easy to say yes when someone asks you to do something in the moment because you have nothing else to do. But setting boundaries before they get the chance by blocking your calendar is one way that makes it easier to say no. If you have a bunch of free time on your calendar, you're going to say yes to everything because you will feel bad when you say no. You know you do not have anything else to do, so you're looking for ways to fill your time. The reverse is much easier. Make your calendar so full that when you say no, you mean it because you have important things you have to do. You are literally unavailable. As much as you want to spend time with people, as much as you want to hang out or watch television or waste your time in whatever ways are possible, you cannot because you already have commitments. Think about it this way. How would future you's calendar look? Do not think about what your current life demands or what the people in your life demand. Ask yourself, how would the successful version of me structure her time? Now, speaking of investing in your future self, I want to share something special with you. I recently discovered this incredible course called Look Rich Without Spending Much. And honey, it is exactly what every woman who wants to elevate her life needs. This course teaches you the visual codes, behavioral patterns, and social signals that wealthy men naturally embody. You know how some women just have that effortless sophistication? That air of success that opens doors and commands respect. This course breaks down exactly how to cultivate that presence without spending your life savings on designer everything. And right now, it is available at a special launch price because the lessons are being released gradually. But once the course is complete, the price will jump to full value with no discounts. This is not just about looking good, Querida. It is about understanding that how you present yourself directly impacts how you are perceived and treated in this world. From boardrooms to social events, from networking to dating, these codes can completely transform your life. The link is in the description. And trust me, this investment in yourself will pay dividends in ways you cannot even imagine yet. Now, let me tell you about the fifth and final rule that separates billionaires from everyone else. They stop reacting and start creating their environment. This is the biggest difference between successful and non-successful people. The more you are able to create your environment exactly how you want it, the more success you will have. I have watched billionaires pay attention to the smallest details and fix and tweak everything until it is exactly how they want it. Let me give you my favorite example. Grant Cardone, when he orders coffee, will not accept it unless it has the exact amount of foam that he wants, at the exact temperature he wants, with the perfect amount of espresso. Anything short of exactly what he wants, he sends it back. At first, people get judgmental about this. They hear this and think, oh, he should lower his expectations. Does it really matter if the coffee is not perfect? Yes, it matters, because his ability...
I want to add to this. When I was around, it's two people actually. Interesting, they're all the same Chinese year. What was interesting about people that I found that are money people, right? The money people. Money people are very strict about how their food is served to them and how much food you give them and the quality of food, right? And they'll be like, hey, I remember I went to this incredible pita spot in Manhattan. Man, it's like, I have to say the top number one because it's so fresh, everything, and the sauce is very organic, more organic than that milky sauce. Tahini sauce is awesome. The falafel was great. And so they put all the sauce at the bottom, and they put the falafel and the lettuce on the top, which to me is a bit backwards, unless you want to put the falafel sauce a little at the bottom and then fill it up and kind of sandwich it a little bit more, right? Because it was the falafel was very cupped. It was just the food is great. And so what happened with the guy was that he was like, yo, you're putting all the sauce at the bottom. It's just basically saying, like, this is not good. Like, this is not a good way to make this falafel. I'm not going to get the flavor that I want. The falafel is the flavor that I want, so put that on the top. So when I scoop down and I have to mix it, you know what I'm saying? For anyone who eats falafels, they understand what I'm saying here, right? I noticed that. I noticed when their drinks or their food is not served right, if they drink something and they don't like it, they go back to the counter like, hey, this is not my thing. I'm not tasting this. I'm not liking this. And they stand on it. And if anybody challenges them about it, they're very strong to stand on it. And I noticed that when you're like in the hood in these different poor places, people forbid you for doing that because they be like, oh, people are going to, I'll just use the word violate your food, and I'm just like, that's stupid. That's just dumb. If you're servicing food and the food is not serviced properly, or the person's standard, and that's a client to the company, then they should have their food serviced the way that they asked it. See what I'm saying? And so, therefore, these are lessons I had to learn, about standards and things and how things should be done, and keeping to that standard and speaking up to the standard. And this, like I said, took me about 5-6 years to come down the line. It's not that long, probably say 4 years for me to get it. But yes, that does represent the order, organization, and how you have things a certain way in your life, and how you move a certain way in your life, and how you keep things being done a certain way in your life. And that's your way of organization. Because I think about myself at work and how when I do something that's breaking down boxes at the job, it is very neat. Like, I mean, my boxes is neat. I pull the boxes from one side to the other side. I have a very way that I work, even when I have to go on another pallet and I have to take things apart. And I notice that people will follow my lead by the way that I work. Like, nobody comes in and interrupts. Like, one person came in and was like, well, you can just do the box like this. And I'm like, no, I'm doing it my way. I'm not breaking a sweat. See, that's where I have come to. Like, I'm not breaking no sweat breaking down these boxes. When I got hours, I got seconds, I got minutes to get this job done. These boxes can fall all over the place. As long as I get down here and I break them down to the speed that I break them down, I get over here and I get that, then that's how it's going to be. But if you want me to break a sweat and run around, that's not going to happen. So it comes into a standard that you set for yourself. And you don't let other people try to tell you the standard of how you want shit done. I just wanted to just throw that in there. Like, it just made me think
to
out
create
loud.
his
That's
environment
all.
so that it fits what he wants means he is not adjusting his expectations for anything. If you approach how you drink your coffee with a level of seriousness, you're also going to approach every detail inside your business, inside your health, inside your relationships, every area that's important with that same attention to detail. When you start becoming reasonable is when you stop pursuing success. The details matter, and the details in your environment are something you can control. This applies to everything in your life: the temperature of your office, the quality of your sheets, the people you allow in your space, the conversations you engage in, whatever room you are showing up in, whatever relationship you have. How do you create your own ideal scene? You do not have to conform to anyone's expectations. but you have to be clear enough and have enough confidence in any situation that you can decide what you want and only accept exactly that, nothing short. I apply this rule everywhere. When I go to restaurants, I do not just accept whatever table they give me. I ask for the table I want. When I am shopping, I do not settle for close enough. When Mr. Millionaire and I are planning trips, we do not just book whatever is available. We create the experience we want. And honey, this is not about being difficult or high maintenance. This is about understanding that your standards train people how to treat you. When you accept less than what you want, you are teaching the world that you are okay with mediocrity. But there is one place where you should never lower your standards, and that is with men. Listen to me carefully. Do not be foolish and date poor men. Do not embarrass me by telling me you married someone broke. You need to be visionary, smart, marry someone rich, and not for love. It is never too late to stop being naive. Want to guarantee a place in heaven? Marry a poor man. But if you want to guarantee a place in first class, marry someone who can afford the tickets.
Do not marry for love. Do not marry for love. You know why you told not to marry for love? Because you a different kind of bitch. You a different kind of bitch out here. Okay? And you know that already. You knew it. You knew it. I knew it. We all knew it. We all knew. Whoever here right now, whoever's been in attendance into this show, anyone who's ever been in the frequency of this show, you know that love don't mean a goddamn thing, that everybody been making love to me. And you knew that since you was a kid. You knew it since you was watching Disney World. You just always knew it was something about that love shit. You tried love. You probably thought you'd been in love. You probably made babies because it was love. Some of you probably made one and then thought you loved somebody else of another gender. You thought that was love. And whatever love, you realize love ain't shit. You see what people get out of love. You have seen people say they love somebody and they will not go out and live their best life, their best dream, and be their best self. Out of love, they won't fucking want to walk around the block to lose weight because of love. Say no to love. Okay? Say no to love, okay? Don't marry out of no motherfucking love. Don't be in a relationship out of love. Not saying you can't love somebody, but we got to start looking into what the fuck love really is. The true science of love. Some of you probably read that book. Okay? What is the secret science to love? And we're going to tap into that. Trust me, we're going to tap into that word. We're going to tap into the etymology of it. We're going to tap into what it really means and how we are really supposed to go out here having relationships, especially if we're riding in the wealth frequency. Since I've been riding in the wealth frequency, love has not been something that's been on my radar. It's been, what the fuck can we do together? What kind of money can we make together? If me and you got married right now, what can we build together? How do we help each other? If me and you got married right now. If me and you continue on this polygamous relationship, what are we aiming for when we date other people in our polygamous relationship? Do we need to, with what we're building, can people meet the standard of what we're trying to build together? What are we building together in this relationship? That's what my mind has started to go. I have been at this kind of mentality, but what are we building together in this relationship? What are we getting out of it? For each other. What's the ultimate goal of being together? That's how my mind begins to think. Yo, I'm not going to hold you.
The only casino I'm interested in is Monte Carlo, because there, if you lose, at least you lose with class, champagne, and a Dior dress. You want to play the lottery? Querida, you already lost when you were born poor. Now you have to play the game of entrepreneurship. I do not gamble because I prefer certainty. And certainty, my dear, is inheritance, signed contracts, and joint accounts with a CEO. Betting is like trusting an ugly guy. You know it will go wrong, but you insist. Then you cry and still leave without a new handbag. Remember, our love language is money. If you want to learn to be economical, date a poor man. He will teach you. He will make you water down your shampoo, and that shampoo is 2-in-1. Now let me be clear about something else. I only accept financial advice from people who have more money than me. I only accept relationship advice from people who have the relationship I want. And I only accept career advice from people who have already gotten where I want to go. You cannot learn wealth building from someone who is struggling with their own bills.
Bam. I only want relationship advice from the person who has the kind of relationship that I want.
You cannot learn about successful relationships from someone whose love life is a disaster. Be selective about whose voice you allow into your head. Here is what I learned from implementing these 5 rules. Success is not about working harder. It is about working strategically. It is not about being the smartest person in the room. It is about being the person who understands the game being played.
Strategically. Strategic, ladies. Strategically. Oh, shit. 2 KKs and not LL. Strategically, ladies. It'll work strategically. Is that a word? I think it is.
In my 5-year Rich Habits study, saver investors took an average of 32 years to accumulate $3.3 million, while entrepreneurs reached $7.4 million in just 12 years. This gap shows what happens when you apply billionaire thinking versus regular people thinking. While most people are focused on surviving their current situation, billionaires are focused on creating their future reality. While most people are competing for scraps, billionaires are creating entirely new markets. While most people are reacting to whatever life throws at them, billionaires are designing exactly what they want their life to look like. And the most beautiful part about these rules? You do not need to be born rich to apply them. You do not need a trust fund. What you need is the courage to think differently than everyone around you. If you are ready to stop being mediocre and start thinking like the wealthy woman you were meant to be, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Because every week, I am here sharing the secrets that transformed my life from someone who used to check her bank balance with anxiety to someone who checks it with excitement. And if you found value in these 5 rules, let me know in the comments. Leave me your favorite billionaire rule from today. Or better yet, tell me which one you are going to implement first. I read every single comment because building wealth is not just about money. It is about building a community of women who refuse to accept mediocrity. Before you go, make sure to check the first pinned comment where I left several links to products that will help you live like the rich woman you are becoming. Because honey, looking successful is part of being successful. Remember, money disappears, but dignity goes with it. You were not always rich, but you always knew that being poor was not for you. If your salary does not go up, what needs to go up is you. Leave me a comment with these 6 words. Ready to think like a billionaire if this video opened your mind to what is possible. And do not forget to like this video if you want to be rich, because the universe is always watching your actions, not just your intentions. Until next week, stay glamorous, stay ambitious, and never ever settle for less than you deserve. XOXO, Duchess Dollars.
Okay. I want to show something that I thought was very key from one of these links. I don't want this to go away. Don't go away. Don't go away. Hold on. I'm going to go back.
Your bank account is crying, but you are still buying.
One second. I feel a need to show this website. Hey. Now, I remember when I got into it with somebody over the bonnet debate. Not that I got into it with them, but let me just move myself up to that. Okay. But I remember mentioning the bonnet thing that Monique had said, and they were like, "Well, you're traveling, you're gonna wear your bonnet, and this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah." It was going in and I just was like, "Listen, man," but I had to, come to where I am now and be like, you know what, this shit is becoming childish and ignorant, right? And it's not so much of being judgmental. It's really not about that. But it's like, how are you expecting to be taken serious? Do you know what I'm saying? How are you expected to be taken serious? Okay. Listen, be elegant while traveling. Global etiquette for the sophisticated traveler. Lucrative elegance. Be elegant while traveling. See this lady? She's in a very beautiful, pretty much that's the coat that she can tie up. She has a great body. She's skinny. She has her purse. She has her one bag. She has a nice suitcase, actually. That's one of them heavy suitcases on wheels, right? Discover global elegance for the sophisticated traveler with Be Elegant While Traveling, Global Etiquette for the Sophisticated Traveler. This exclusive ebook offers tips and guidance on etiquette and behavior across various cultures around the world. Learn to travel with elegance, respecting and understanding the social norms of each destination, and how to make a lasting impression anywhere in the world while standing out for your class and refinement. Become a sophisticated and well-prepared traveler anywhere in the world. So this book is pretty much telling you how to travel around the world, around the globe, and how to be sophisticated while doing it. That's what it's teaching you what to do. Let's keep going. She's Carolina. I believe that travel shapes our aesthetics and cultural senses, as well as enriches her work and fashion, which she sees as a global dialogue and a universal language. Okay? From a young age, she dreamed of working in fashion, and each trip is an opportunity to add new ideas and inspiration to her creative repertoire. She is an avid traveler and sees each new destination as a chance to become more sophisticated and cultured, collecting experiences that influence her identity and worldview. For Carolina, traveling is more than just an escape. It's an investment that makes her richer in every sense. I'm sorry, is that $9.99? Who's this lady? Never seen this lady before. So tell me something, ladies. Why is it so damn disturbing when you walk around in a bonnet? Why is it so damn disturbing when you come outside in your damn pajamas? Why is it so disturbing? Let me see if I can find this lady. Trying to find this lady. But see, here's another thing that I do want to make here clear, because I'm going to say first 5 tips for first time cruisers. Do's and don'ts. Everybody has the do's and don'ts, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay. This is what I'm gonna tell you what it is. Bonnets, pajamas, are all associated with the bedroom. All of it. All associated with the bedroom. All right. Now, another thing. Why is it that you go out somewhere and you just think, I'm just going out and I'm just putting on my bonnet and I'm just, it is what it is, and this, that, and the third, right? And I'm here to tell you that it does matter. Okay? It does matter how you walk around here. Now, you got style like me, you know, you got, you know, those of us from the city know what I'm talking about. We all have a certain way we style, certain way we wear our hoodies, certain way we wear our pants, certain way we tie shoes. Like that's different. But when you are in a professional setting in our environment, there is a way that you dress. There is a way that you're going to style your clothes. There is a way you're going to look. Okay? And so when you decide to put on a bonnet, there are people who are looking at you because that is associated with the personality. It don't matter your race. When you walk around here in pajamas, there's a personality that's associated with that. Do you know how many fights you can catch outside with people in bonnets and motherfucking pajamas on? I'm talking about the most ugliest, disgusting, nastiest, trashiest fights are with people in pajamas and bonnets and their clothes not put on properly. Now, do I need to show y'all that? Let's see. Let's see. Okay. 3 months ago. Bonnets are for the house, not the streets. Let's go. 6 months ago. I had somebody debate with me and say, I don't know who said this to me. I talked to so many different kind of people and I had so many different kind of discussions. Well, when you get on the airport, if you're going to be 6, 7 you're going to be in your pajamas. And and if you got business to handle, you're going to put on that bonnet and you're going to put on your pajamas. And once again, this is why women in the wealth frequency, we don't listen to foolishness like that. Because clearly we don't see no woman in her pajamas. We damn sure don't see a woman in a bonnet. And we don't even see women with locked fucking hair. Because we're going to go in the world of wealthy black women because we're going to do this research. But I'm just going to go ahead and play a clip of this. All right, let's go. That is the cutest little avatar ever. I wondered if she draw that or make that look like she made it from one of those anime sites. Those games we play where we have to make choices and stuff. It looks like one of those characters. Right. Yes. Okay, we don't have to go into the whole anger of it all. Okay, because the point that I'm making and the point that I've been making is these are the kind of shit and conversations and people I was talking to that I had no business having these conversations with. We have eyes to see and ears to hear. Successful, professional, wealthy women talk. Millionaires talk. We don't like there's no need to even go any deeper into this discussion. Hair care, not race. It doesn't even make sense while you're outside in your bonnet. Last time I went out and I had my bonnet on and I went to this place and I was like, ugh. And I scoped all the black women. One of them was like straight out of, I don't know where she was straight out, and there was another one. And there was all these white people there, older white people there. They looked all dressed up and shit, like they came from a banquet or some shit. And then I noticed how all the black people look, and I knew I was giving that energy. I came in with that energy, like, don't fucking bother me, right? So I came in there and got my shit and bounced. I was like, oh, ready to get up out of here. I don't want to be around these people, right? Then there was another time I went back in that same place and it was empty and I loved it. And I didn't have a bonnet or nothing on. I was actually dressed up, actually dressed up. And I had my stuff on and got my stuff, got some extra pickles from the stud in the back, white girl, and all this stuff, getting flirted with and everything. I was like, okay. And then went home, ate my sandwich and this, that, and the third, right? Now, point. When that was the last time I was like, after I ate that, I was like, that's the last time I'm gonna eat bread. This is around the time I think I had found out that this was actually the day that I found out that I had COVID, actually. Yep, this was the day of. And then I went out one time again and all this stuff. And then I finally started waking up. And I was like, you know what? I need to present myself as a screenwriter. I need to dress like a screenwriter. I need to wear the clothes the screenwriters wear. I need to look like a screenwriter, right? And I was like, I need to adjust myself and live in the frequency of what I am. So that was a part of my changes too. And so ever since then, I never went outside with a bonnet again. Never went outside with a bonnet again. I don't really do people on the panel. What reason do you want to come on the panel? Do you have something that you want to talk about? Do you have any wealthy, you have to have something that you're coming up here to talk about. Please do not waste my time because I'm about to bounce anyway. It's past an hour. All right, because we about to look at some wealthy, because there's no need to get into this. This is like a very childish, and see, that's another thing too, where you have to be very careful with poor mentalities. These conversations are very childish. They try to make them sound like they're mature, but these conversations are childish. I stopped wearing my bonnet even to my job. I was like, no, I'm not dressing like this no more. I'm not wearing no bonnet. I took that shit off. I washed my hair properly. I tie my hair up at the top and put my stuff on and my contacts in so my glasses won't mess up my face. And these are the things that I did, and I keep doing that. That's my routine, and the routine that I keep on doing. Because my contacts are resting right now. I gotta go flip over and go wear some more contacts, and just keep it flipping and flipping and flipping over and over and that. That's how I'm doing it, taking care of myself properly. So I don't wear bonnets. Like I have a bonnet here that slipped off my head, but I mean, when I went outside today, it slipped up because it's a big bonnet. I had to tie it in the back. And when I walk outside, I had to go in front of my home to pick up something and go back in my house. That's what I did. And so all of these things play a part. Now, there's no need. And this is why you have to be in the wealth frequency. And this is why you have to look at things and say, this is poor behavior. because the term poor is deeper than just money. This is poor-minded behavior. This is the poor frequency. This is poor conversations. This is poor discussions. Yeah. I'm not getting into this. Okay, let me just find some wealthy millionaire black woman. That's the frequency we ride in, because we're not doing the bonnet conversation. We're not going back and forth about wearing the bonnet in public. I done had my share of bonnet in public, but I have purposely not wanted to be bothered either with my bonnet in public. But I have also matured out of that behavior, because I feel like it all ties into the same thing. It all ties into presentation, elevation, frequency, and such. All right, so we're gonna look at the 5 richest black women in the world, and what we're looking at is how they dress, what they look like. We know that they're older. I get it. Okay, we're gonna look at their hair. That's the main thing I'm looking at, is the hair, because I've been thinking about, do I want to keep these dreads in? Do I want to take them out? I've been thinking about it, but I like my hairstyle. I like my hair, but I've been thinking about what kind of hairstyle do I want to present myself to be. And I mean, I'm a screenwriter, but still, let's go. Let's go. Let's look at this. Let's start the one with Oprah. Okay, now this is already getting hard, because y'all know the divestors have dragged the fuck out of Serena. But we gonna stay focused, because Serena has been doing some kind of crazy shit. Because she has been trying to appeal to black people and black culture. Uh-huh. Um, she has yeah, she has been heavy a part of the black culture. And I think that yeah. I just had to pause that, because that just kind of threw me off. A lot of the women were very upset about her being in the Kendrick Lamar thing, dancing with the wig and everything. Oh yeah, we know Rihanna's on the list. Rihanna's another black woman that gets dragged by the divestors, because she's with ASAP Rocky, who is her best friend. But we have to learn from Rihanna, because Rihanna learned from that Middle Eastern man that she was with about what to do with her money. Rihanna got very smart with her money. If anybody I would listen to about money management, is Rihanna. Rihanna can have 5 children because Rihanna can afford them. I did not know Beyonce was on this list. Well, Beyonce's an entertainer, so her hair doesn't necessarily count. Oprah is indeed the queen of media. There's no denying that Oprah is the queen of media, and this is who Shonda Rhimes models after. And Shonda is the queen of sitcom TV. Okay, like she's the queen. Yes, yeah, I've heard about this lady. All right, now we're gonna look up black woman with locks. Let's see, wealthy millionaire black woman with locks. We know who Madam C.J. Walker is. Now, five secrets as a wealthy black woman. Is she really wealthy? Who's this lady? Have we heard of her? Okay. Do we want to? Women explain how they went from nothing to wealthy. The Colum Johnson Show. Stop being a nice girl. I still don't see dreads. Besides this lady up here, this is the richest black woman in the world. I still don't see dreads. I don't see them. Okay. Let's see how this black woman looks. No dreads. All right, let's go. We'll get to this wealthy black woman with the dreads and shit. We'll see about how wealthy she is. I'm not feeling it, but let's go ahead. More pictures. I don't know who this is. Cecily Tyson. I don't know who that is. Okay. Um, more. I'm not seeing no black woman with dreads in her hair. Hold on. Okay. Oprah, you know who that is. None of them have dreads in their hair. I'm starting to realize that. Hold on. Hold on. You gonna go back up? They keep talking about Madam C.J. Walker. Everybody gonna always talk about her. We're gonna go to this lady, fair use, that says my five secrets as a wealthy black woman. Let's check her out. The delay Chevron. She has dreads in her hair. Let's check her out. Let's see what she's talking about. Okay, I wonder what makes her such a wealthy. What does she classify to make her wealthy? Hold on, y'all. Okay. She's wealthy. This woman is worth 1.5 million net worth. Her business brings in, I just saw her. Look, I can show it to you. This is her right here. 1.5 million, reaching 300,000 in just 1 year. Um, Social worker, side hustle skyrockets. Self-made woman, money mindset coach. Okay. Self-made woman, formal social worker. Okay. Awesome. Shit, awesome. That's definitely a poverty goddamn job right there. Let's go. Okay, hold on. It said that I put the link down for somebody who said they want to come up. Please don't waste my time. I'm gonna hang up on you. Please make sure whatever you want to talk about is in topic. Hold on. I think I remember you with the dinosaur. You're the Asian guy. I remember you. Like I said, if you come up here, please let it be about the topic. I don't have time for foolishness. Okay. Okay, let's see her 5 top secrets. Let's see if her top secrets entail the same thing that what's her name was saying. Duchess Dollars. All right, let's see. Okay. Hold on, y'all. It was sharing in 2 places at once. Let me that's probably why my sound be messing up. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Hold on. Let me clean it all up. Hold on. There we go. I figured out why I do that shit. Let's go.
In order to actually become a wealthy woman, and my path was anything but that. So the first mindset hack that I needed to believe was that I can make money outside of my 9 to 5 job. I had to uncouple and actually realize that 9 to 5 jobs are racist for women of color. I know it's a really big statement, but hear me out and prove it. So I realized that how was I ever going to build wealth if I couldn't control my pay, if I had to clock in at a certain time, I couldn't control how I can move up in the system, how I couldn't move up in the system. And I know a lot of people say you can negotiate, you can do certain things, but I realized where I was working, there were salary bands and rules on, oh, if you have only 4 years of experience, you can make X, but if you had 5 years of experience, you can make Y. And it just felt like my money would always be out of my control if I worked a 9 to 5 job. No matter if I can negotiate, no matter if I could get a new certification, no matter if I got a new training, I would always be out of control. And I said, how am I going to build wealth this way if I never control my own money? So I said I had to become an entrepreneur. It was no longer optional. So that's
I noticed that the dreads in her hair are small and well kept.
how I created my coaching business. I signed my first client and then my 10th client, all the way up to $1 million. And I've made $1 million in my business since 2022. Every single year has been $1 million year after that. And it was because I decided to take my earning potential in my own hands. So the first lesson that I can't put my earning potential, I can't put me. Second thing I had to learn to become a woman is I had to change my relationship to debt. And so many now current wealthy women had debt in the past, but they didn't let it define them and they had to rework their relationship with debt. So the first thing I had to understand about debt was that debt was not going to jump out at the computer screen and eat me alive. We fear debt. We treat it like this massive weight on our shoulders. We think it impacts our day-to-day experience when it actually doesn't. Everything changed with my relationship with money and my relationship with my debt when I realized that I could have a good life with debt. And you might be asking and saying to yourself, okay, but how will this help me pay it off? I'm getting to that. But I realized that I could still have a good life with debt. I still went out to Chick-fil-A. I laughed with my husband at a movie theater. We would take weekend vacations to our local beach and have a great time. I realized that the debt did not have to control my happiness. And then once I got neutral with that debt, then that's when I decided to pay it off faster. So many people think, okay, if I hate myself enough, the debt will go away. That's not how it works. You have to make more money to pay off that debt. And in order to make more money, you have to like yourself. You have to think that you're smart. You have to think that you have something valuable and something worth people paying for. You can't hate your way to more money. You have to do it through self-love. So when I decided to stop beating myself up over my debt, that's when everything changed. So I looked at my debt as neutral. I was going to be okay regardless if I had it or if I didn't. Because you know the majority of people on vacations, with the yachts, with the Benzes, they have a lot of debt and they're doing A-okay. So once I realized that the debt was neutral, I paid off my debt even faster. I had more confidence about myself. I would sell better. I would close more deals. I would earn more money, and then I paid it off. So stop hating yourself with the debt. You're just keeping yourself more in a vicious cycle. The third lesson I learned about money as a wealthy woman is that money is just about more people. If you have more people to sell your offers to, if you have more people to negotiate with, if you have more people to put your content out there to, you'll make more money. People think they have to have the most perfect website or the most perfect funnel or the most perfect whatever it is. They have to have 10 different certifications. That's not what it is. You actually just need physical people to sell whatever you're selling to them. So when I learned that making more money was just a volumes game, everything changed. I stopped being a perfectionist in my content. I stopped being a perfectionist in my emails. And I said, actually, how can I just get more and more visible? But I'm not talking viral visible. You don't have to be viral visible. While still in my 9-to-5 job, I only had 300 followers on Instagram, but those 300 followers knew what I was doing and they were interested in what I was doing, and then they would convert. Earning more money is literally all about having more people to sell to. And that leads me to my fourth thing. Selling is not sleazy, it's actually service. So I'm a social worker by trade. I'm literally trained to help people. I've worked in schools, I've worked in prisons. I'm literally trained to serve people. My whole job, I have my bachelor's and my master's in social work. And I never had taken a full business class in my life. So when I learned about selling and when I learned about sales, I thought it was the sleaziest thing ever. And I was like, why would anybody want to learn sales from me? And I thought to myself, I don't want to have to sell. If I have to make money by selling, I don't want it. But I realized that mindset was so faulty. Sales is actually how I help people the most because it's 100% within my control. I get to deliver the service. I get to make sure they have a good chance. I get to personally help them because I sold them. When I was a social worker, there was so much red tape, there was so much legality, there were so many rules I had to follow, and I felt like I actually wasn't helping people. But now in my own business, I feel like I'm helping people the most. So selling is literally service. And also, if somebody doesn't buy your service, they'll probably buy someone else's that may not be as good as you. So say you're a realtor and you really care about helping your clients get a good deal on a home. If you don't sell and if you don't get your offer out there, they're going to go to a realtor that maybe won't give a damn, that maybe won't negotiate on their behalf the best way they possibly can. Maybe want to give them the best deal they possibly could have. So if they don't go to you, they're going to go to someone else. And that's also something that I learned. The economy is going to work and people are going to sell things and people are going to make money regardless if you're a part of that economy or not. So you can either be a part of that economy or you could be a consumer of that economy. And then the fifth thing I learned about becoming a wealthy woman is that you're healing generations of money trauma, not just your own. I used to say to myself, oh my gosh, why is healing my relationship with money so challenging? Why is it so hard? Why do I keep falling back into old habits or old patterns? And I realized it was because I was literally healing generations of money trauma, not just my own. I'm not the first one in my family to have money problems. It's been years and years of women in my family having issues with money. So I'm healing all of my past generations, and that's why it feels so challenging. But then also, that's why it can feel so liberating when you have a win, when you save your first $100, when you sign a client and make money outside of your 9-to-5 job. That can feel like the most liberating experience of generations. So don't beat yourself up if it's tough. Don't overthink things if it's challenging. Don't say that you'll never be able to be financially safe. You will be able to be financially safe with money. You will become a wealthy woman, even if it takes longer than you want. And it's because you're healing past generations, but that's what makes it all worth it. So thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. That was really good because that's a lot of what we heard. Oh shit.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Carvat, and today I'm going to talk about why nervous system regulation should be your...
I'm not doing it. My intuition, my vibes just can't deal with nobody who is not.
I used
at
to
that
say to
level.
myself,
Now,
oh
this
my God.
woman is worth 1.5 million. Okay. This woman right here is worth, I did my research. She's worth 1.5 million. All right. Oh,
Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is DL Sharon. I am a sales coach for women of color coaches at the aspiring and at the scaling level. And today we're going to talk
I enjoyed the 5 point whatever video, but energetically, I'm not vibing. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm not vibing. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. 20 things to do if you get rich all of a sudden. Okay. Oh, Bella, you stink, girl. Mm-hmm. Who's this? For would be Carnival Assassin. Oh, we got Alex and Piper whenever you're ready. Okay. Another millionaire, billionaire. Are black women hated? Absolutely. Airports are a nightmare at the government shutdown, and Americans are furious. We built our million fortune from scratch. Really? Look like y'all built it from fucking scamming. Hold on. Why I will simply never gamble my survival on a man or a job? Okay. He's worth 200 million, but was splitting rent with his. So, okay. A black woman hated. Let's just kind of get a peep at this shit here. Hold on. Then I'm out of here. Got to move on to something else for the day. Ew. I gotta fucking reload my chat room. I don't know if y'all got the option to read Facebook. I have to put in a code. Who these people? It says something about the microphone. Hold on, y'all. It may not be something y'all need to hear. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me just go ahead and skip this. Okay, I don't know who these people are. Harv Dog TV. Okay, hold on. Uh, hold on. Let me just go ahead and just skip it. Hopefully, y'all can hear it. We don't care. Hold on. I don't want to hear him. Okay. Right. I'm so sick of them talking about the fucking Cosby. Malcolm Jamal Warner was dusty. Okay, we don't have to go no more. I'm actually done with this whole entire thing. Okay, this has gotten to the level of poor people conversation for me. They said they're exposing She-Ra 7. Okay. All right. Okay. Don't know if it matters that okay, this one is actually good. Master Cracker, this is the guy who he cracks all of these different parts of your body and shit. It's fucking dope. So he's basically like a healer, you know. So if you're American and you got bone problems and structures, this is the person to go to help crack and heal. This is for help with all that. Okay. Now, I'm done here. Okay. Portland deployment. Yikes. So we got more National Guards. Uh, mm, I want more videos like these, please. Yeah, I want more videos like this coming across my feed. Yeah. So let's go. I'm over it. Let me say it again. I'm over it. Kathy responds to makes her look guilty, shiny, and goes off. I'm over it. I am. I'm over this conversation. I'm over these discussions. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I mean, we're gonna be here all day. And then when somebody like, look, what did it say in the wealth frequency? What do you spend your time doing? What do poor people do versus what does the wealthy do with their time? Okay? And we see what the wealthy do. Now I found the black woman who was a millionaire, 1.5 million. I found one with locks. Okay? At the same time, I wasn't feeling her. I just wasn't feeling her. Something in my energy just was like, yeah, not feeling her. I hear her. That's awesome. But I'm not feeling her. And I gotta go by my first feeling in my body with her. So she's not somebody I want to listen to any further. It could be because of the standard. It could be because of the standard. You know what I mean? It could be that I have raised my standard. Lena Waithe is worth $8 million to $30 million. That's her net worth. $8 million to $30 million. That's Lena Waithe. That's her net worth. Well, people, I got some almond chickpea cookie dough to eat. The person that I thought was going to click the link did not click the link to come up here and talk. I don't see you. I don't see nothing. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. It's been fun. Yeah, man. We'll continue this when I get back. Whenever I get back. Hold on, y'all.